happened, mashallah, it's amazing. You all deserve cookies, alhamdulillah. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in Surah Al-Baqarah, verse 228, المطلقات يتربصن بأنفسهن ثلاثة قروء. And divorced women will wait by themselves for 3 periods. I'll just focus on this part of the verse because it's a little bit long. So this verse is talking about talaq. It's talking about divorce. And divorce is a difficult subject. It's resumed now. Now we're back to normal. Alhamdulillah. I was wondering what's going on. So, divorce is not, nobody wants divorce in their life, in the life of their friends, in the life of their family. But the reality is, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala spoke about this. In fact, there's an entire surah about divorce. And the reality is, it's one of the most common questions that I get in the Muslim community. Out of all the people who call me, the number one question that I get is questions about divorce. Okay, this is just the reality in which we're living in. And there are a few very basic things that every Muslim should know about divorce, but they don't know, and it results in a lot of problems. And this verse, the beginning of this verse, is one of those things. It says, وَالْمُطَلَّقَاتُ يَتَرَبَّصْنَ بِأَنفُسِهِنَّ ثَلَاثَةَ قُرُوء. That when women, when they get divorced, if somebody makes a pronouncement of divorce, the divorced woman is supposed to wait for 3 periods. And the word qur in Arabic is an interesting word. It's a word which has 2 contradictory meanings. One meaning is the period of menstruation. And the second meaning is the period of purity between 2 menstrual periods. So it could mean this or it could mean that. Either way though, we're talking about almost a period of about 3 months, slightly less usually. And it's saying that they wait during that time, meaning after divorce is pronounced, an Islamic divorce is pronounced, the divorce is not finalized until that period of thalathat quru, until 3 periods, whether you go with purity or whether you go with purity between the periods or the period itself, until that period ends, the divorce is not finalized. This is extremely important because people call me all the time, my husband divorced me, what am I going to do? What happens now? What am I supposed to do? And it says, يَتَرَبَّصْنَ. Tarabbus means to wait, to see what's going to happen. Right? And then tomorrow we're going to talk a little bit more about what's supposed to happen in the next verse. But this is one of the most important things that people don't know or they don't understand. Very basic principle in Islam. Allah has set a cooling off period. This is the cooling off period. There's a period of time where if a pronouncement of divorce happens, they're still husband and wife until this period is over. California law has a cooling off period. If you file for divorce, there is no divorce until 6 months. Or 6 months and 1 day or whatever it is. Some states, 90 days. Some states, 45 days. Every single state in the United States has a cooling off period. Because they know people, they act in haste, and they do something very quickly, and they say, we need to enforce this cooling off period so people calm down and decide what they want to do. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, 1400 years ago, and in the old Sharia as well, of the previous prophets, He put this cooling off period. And many people, they don't recognize the importance of this. So the first and most important thing I can share in my 2 to 3 minutes that I do, my khatiras, I don't like to go over that period of time, is that for talaq, there's a cooling off period of 3 cycles. The madhab that I follow, 3 menstrual cycles. The divorce is not finalized until that period of time. And the husband, in the next part of the verse, it says, husband can retract and cancel the divorce within that period of time. How does he do that? He can either say, I've retracted my talaq, or the second way, which is the makruh way, it's the disliked way, is if there's any intimacy between husband and wife, the talaq is automatically cancelled. So these are something that the Muslim community needs to know, because these type of things happen. People come and ask questions, nobody knows what to do. So it's very important that we understand the basic tafsir of this verse. So may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect and preserve our families. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant us functional and happy and content families. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala teach us His rules that are for our own well-being. Ameen wa sallallahu ala sayyidina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa sallam. Also, we have the Khatira training seminar starting right now in like 2 minutes, 3 minutes in upstairs classroom. Which one is it? East? That side? So the east classroom, which is on that side. So I'll see that in there in like 2 or 3 minutes. So only for people who are registered.